Hey YouTube, my name is Heather and I love anti-MLM content here on YouTube. Today I'm really excited for us to watch an information call telling us all about Beachbody. Now, I started about 3.5 minutes into this video because the first part, there are pictures of her children and her husband and some private information about herself that I don't think we really need to share on my channel. Now, as this video is 27 minutes long, I'm going to try my best not to talk too much, so we're not here for like 12 hours. Really excited to watch this, and as always, please let me know what you think about this down below.
Insert the actual income disclaimer that it all depends on your own personal effort, and it's not guaranteed. Like there is no guarantee just because you become a coach, there is no guarantee of success. I want to ask you a couple questions though, okay? And I want to.
So she just told us the income disclaimer and says there's no guarantee, but then she's going to ask us a question.
Truly, and I want you to please allow yourself just a few moments to dream, because I was the ultimate realist. I was the ultimate naysayer. It took me a very long time to actually decide that I would do this because I didn't want my family and friends to run away from me. I didn't know that I even had the ability to make something like this a success. But I want you to close your eyes for just a moment and ask yourself, what would you do with an extra $100 a week? For me, in 2008, I was newly divorced. Like I said, massive debt. Creditors were calling. Things were getting repossessed. I literally was like borrowing money to buy groceries. So for me, $100 a week, even though I had a great job, my divorce decimated me financially. And so that $100 a week, my first goal, I want to be able to buy groceries without having to ask somebody to do that for me. I want to be.
So we're learning about her sob story. That's what it is. She had a good job, but went through a really bad divorce and therefore was really strapped financially. So she told us first, this is not guaranteed. This is our income disclaimer. But then, but dream. You just have to dream about what you can do with an extra $100. And in my opinion, there's a bit of shame there with her having to ask someone to help her buy groceries. I think everyone at some point could potentially be in some financial risk, might need help financially, maybe was unemployed, maybe had an extenuating circumstance that they need to cover. And in my opinion, I don't see there shouldn't be shame connected to asking someone for help. But in this case, in her story, she may or may not be exaggerating the shame she was experiencing to ask a loved one for help with her groceries. And all of these Beachbody coaches always say, I was the biggest skeptic. I didn't believe that I could find success. And I'm not sure if that's actually true. I think it's probably just to make the prospect feel like they're more relatable and that it's okay that they're doubting joining this business and it's okay that they have questions and that maybe their gut is telling them not to do it. What do you think?
Be able to just make a salad without having to pick out only the good parts of the lettuce and like throw away the brown parts. That was life-changing for me. What about an extra $200 a week? Well, by the time I started making $200 a week, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a serious game changer. You guys, you see me get teary-eyed because this takes me all the way back 13 and a half years ago about how desperate I was to get out of the situation that I was in. That might not be your story, but I'm telling you that all of these things are possible, even $500 a week. When I started making $500 a week, I was like, is my life for real? Like, doing this, helping people in health and fitness. But what could you do with an extra $500 a week? That's an extra $2,000 a month. That's more than a lot of people make. And
so she told us that she was in a really desperate situation prior to joining. And this is what we see a lot of the times for all MLMs, not just Beachbody. People will be scared. People will be financially vulnerable. People will have gone through a very traumatic time and they just are desperate for a change and therefore are more likely to potentially ignore or not notice the red flags. And she's telling us to visualize what we could do with an extra $100 or $500 a month. But unfortunately, the vast majority of Beachbody coaches are not even going to make $100 a week. Sorry, I said per month. The vast majority are not even going to make 100 per week or 500 per week. But in my opinion, I think she's making it seem much more attainable than it actually is. What do you think?
That's something about the power of this business, and the power of this business can definitely help you. And we're going to talk a little bit about how do you actually make that work for yourself. So first, we're going to start with the history of Beachbody, okay? I'm going so quick here because just know this, like the company was founded in 1998 and it was just a direct sales company. So somebody saw an infomercial, they bought the product. Like you've seen infomercials, I'm sure, P90X, Turbo Jam. Ooh, ooh. I was actually in Turbo Jam. It was the first fitness video I was ever in, and now I've gone on to do literally like hundreds of fitness videos. But that was a fantastic workout program. And then in 2007, Beachbody launched Team Beachbody, which is actually the coach network, and that's what we're talking about tonight. That is the ability for people to earn an income based on their referrals, if they're able to help other people along the way. And the reason that Beachbody developed this whole system was because they saw, you know what, people were getting amazing results, and guess what was happening? Customers were basically selling P90X and Turbo Jam, and they were becoming such raving fans that the owners, Carl Deichler and John Congdon, said, you know what, we should give them a cut. Like, let's develop a program where if they refer people, then they can receive a, not only get a discount on their own product purchases, but they'll also receive commission. Therefore, Team Beachbody was formed. This is truly a network marketing company. So basically what that means is,
so we know that's false. We know that companies get the MLM business structure because without it, they don't really sell a whole lot of product and they're not making as much revenue as they would like. So please note, Beachbody was founded in 1998. And then 2007 was when Beachbody, the Team Beachbody Network was formed. And I have a video on my channel called The Beachbody Origin Story, where Michael Neiman was talking about how they John, I can't talk. Carl Deichler did a presentation in a hotel room for, I think it was like 40 customers, Beachbody customers, and then individuals from other network marketing companies. And then approximately 40-ish people were brought in as the first coaches. So that's how it started. Funny story, right at the very beginning of the pandemic, before I knew anything about network marketing, I was desperately looking for some workouts to do online, came across Beachbody. I had no idea what MLM was, but it looks like a really fun service. And I thought I could really get some value from Beachbody on demand. But then, like a month later, I quickly learned what MLM is and how unethical it is. And of course, I did not purchase Beachbody on demand.
the more people that you help to become successful, the more successful that you will be yourself. So you can see we've had a slew of products come out.
The more people you help be successful, the more successful you'll be yourself. Yes, miss, you're right. Because in Beachbody, you make no money unless you have coaches underneath you who are purchasing. So you're right.
Since we began. And then another big thing happened when we launched Beachbody On Demand. Beachbody On Demand is basically networks for fitness, networks for fitness, Netflix for fitness, right? Anybody can do this, y'all. Have you caught on so far? Like I
So is YouTube. You can find anything online for YouTube, online related to fitness. Sorry, I can't talk today. Jeez. And she's just like misspoke and like stumbled over her words. And then she said, oh, anyone can do this, and trying to seem super relatable. I think if anyone's doing a live video or doing an unedited video like I am now, they're gonna stumble over their words and mumble and misspeak, and that's just normal, and it doesn't really make you more relatable, in my opinion.
had some tech things in the beginning. I'm flubbing up my words. Like literally anybody who wants to help other people and also make a difference in their own life can totally do this business. Like you don't have to be a polished professional in order to do something like this, right? So Beachbody On Demand, it houses over 1,500 different workouts. It was history changing because until then we were all about DVDs. But Carl Deichler, being the visionary that he is, said, you know what? DVDs are going to go away. Everything's going to be streaming. And before it really even was a thing, we went to streaming fitness. And that was huge for us because it unlocked all of these programs. And it also enabled us to come up with even more products, more programs as we go. And you know what? We're just getting more. We have literally a fitness program for anyone, anywhere from a boxer, somebody who is in the military, somebody who wants a walking program, weightlifting, meditation. We literally have everything, something for everyone.
So does YouTube. And so they said Bod, Beachbody on Demand, was founded in 2015, and they were really ahead of the game for streaming fitness. No, there are fitness channels on YouTube that went all the way back to like 2010, and they're very active pre 2015. So unfortunately, Mr. Deichler, you did not invent streaming fitness. It was a thing long before you decided to co-opt it for your own company.
And then we went on the New York Stock Exchange as well. Just recently, we joined forces. We're on the New York Stock Exchange. We're a publicly traded company now. And so we have even more backing, and it is absolutely phenomenal. We are taking.
Does anyone know like what that means for a company and for the rep specifically? Probably not much. When this happened, this video I think was 2021, but I remember coaches talking about being publicly traded company, and no one could really explain the benefits to the individual coaches. They just said it increases our legitimacy as a company, but no one could give specific examples. If you happen to know, please let me know down below.
Taking the fitness industry by storm, and this coming from someone who was in the fitness industry, or I still am, I guess, technically. But my background, I have a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, and I've been in the fitness industry since the year 2000, worked in all various forms of it, from personal training to group fitness instructor. I still do that because I love teaching fitness classes so much. But I have seen nothing that compares to Beachbody on Demand. And now we have something called Bod Interactive, or we call it Body for short. And basically, everything you see about the streaming fitness, you can also become part of the podcast. If you want to, you can also work out live. We now have live workouts, which we've never had before. So this is such an incredible and just an insane opportunity. And you're here at.
So a lot of distributors in MLMs don't have any qualifications, and then you do have a few that actually do. So this individual, I think she just said she was a group fitness instructor, so that's a qualification. She has a bachelor's degree in science and kinesiology, so she does have educational background related, at least broadly, to health and fitness. And you'll have other individuals in Beachbody who may be nutritionists or personal trainers or physiotherapists in their past life. And then you might have people in Monate who are hairstylists, and people in Arbonne who are estheticians. And unfortunately, when you have individuals who are actually qualified to talk about their area in their MLM, that just lends more credibility and legitimacy to this company, where the vast majority of the distributors have no business giving recommendations in that area. What do you think?
At this time for a reason. Like I said, Beachbody on Demand, it has amazing tools. All of these programs, I'm sure you've seen all these faces. I'm sure you recognize lots of these programs as well. You can stream on your phone, on your tablet, on your smart TV. We also have an app.
You also can with YouTube, miss.
It's all combined. So not only do you have access to your Beachbody on Demand, you can also get access to Bod Interactive, and as well any type of nutrition and tracking. You track your weight there, you can track your measurements there, you track your food there, you get meal plans there, you get recipes there. It's so robust. And then finally, we have this entire thing called Bod Groups, which is basically our social media network, where you finish a workout, it says upgrade or update this, boom, it can post right into your Bod Groups about what workout you just did. You can post pictures there. You can go live. You can do videos. There's so much to do right there in Bod Groups. So
can you just do that in Facebook too? Like, why do you need to pay all $160 to join Beachbody, and then your monthly fee, and then your monthly personal volume requirements to have accountability. You can just like do that on Facebook with your friends. And I know there's YouTube fitness influencers who also have free or much, much cheaper fitness groups for their subscribers. So there's other places you can find this.
I think you already heard a little bit about what makes Team Beachbody unique, but truly what makes Team Beachbody unique is we have all four things. We have 4 items. The most important: fitness, nutrition, community support, and rewards. We have those 4 things. Now, you can go on YouTube and you can find workouts. You can kind of piecemeal workouts here and there. Fine, yeah. You can find fitness in many, many places, but to find fitness and nutrition together, and also to find that community support and also reward program, it literally, in my opinion, second to none. And like I said about piecemealing your workouts together.
Of course, in your opinion, second to none, because every single MLM distributor everywhere in all times thinks that their specific MLM is the only life-changing, beneficial, legitimate MLM, and the rest of them are just a waste of time.
Every single workout program that Beachbody develops also has a nutrition program that follows it. So you get to log into your Beachbody on demand. Not only do you see your list of workouts, but you also go over to program guides and materials, and it's going to tell you, here's your quick start guide. Here's how to get started. Here's what you do. Here's how you prepare. Here's how you shop. Here's all the things that you're going to need. And it is so robust. So robust. It is second to none. Oh, so here's some great things to talk about. So these are our top performing products and programs. The one on the under nutrition program, I'm in that column right now. And that's actually, I'm currently doing the 3-day refresh. And this scared me at first because it's a 3-day cleanse. And I'm thinking cleanse, I'm going to be going to the bathroom a lot. I'm going to be I'm going to be hungry. I'm going to have no energy. Absolutely false. I'm on day 2. I taught Turbo yesterday. I actually am not hungry like at all. It's surprising. We went to Knott's Berry Farm yesterday. I just brought my little snack with me. Totally fine, good to go. Great program. The average weight loss on this program is between 3 to 10 pounds in 3 days. Underneath that, we have another nutrition program called.
That's not good, miss. 10 pounds in 3 days is extremely unhealthy and is not it's not sustainable. So anyone who's done the 3-day refresh in Beachbody before, what was your experience with weight loss? And if you were able to lose some weight, did you keep it off or did you gain it right back after you just started to eat normal food again? And I'm sure you've seen Brianna Jewell on YouTube, and she's done a lot of the different Beachbody nutrition programs before, and you can see doing the 3-day refresh, it's not enough food and it's just very, very unsustainable. And in my opinion, these nutrition programs really encourage unhealthy relationships with food and unhealthy eating patterns. But if you've done any of these nutrition programs personally, please let us know what you experienced.
The 2B mindset, very, very good for people who don't want structured diet plan, but they just want more like intuitive type eating. Then we have 21-day fix, which is my personal fave. And it is where you like basically count your macros, your fats, your carbs, your proteins, etc. All of these programs can be used with all of our fitness programs, right? So we even have vegan tracks, we have vegetarian tracks, we have gluten-free products. We have so much to offer you. You see the programs in the middle, amazing workout programs. Then we have our performance products. Again, second to none. You guys, I get so excited because the more I learn about the products that we develop, Beachbody as a company, the more I know like how legit of a company we are.
So these performance products are second to none and they're so brilliant, but the pink one's collagen. The one right beside that is Energize, and then the next one in the blue container looks like Recover. It's hard to tell. And then like granola bars, and then apparently Bevy is a tea that reduces your appetite and helps you lose weight. Interesting. And then Shakeology, which is like a protein powder, but is 10 times the price. Not 10 times, I'm exaggerating. And we've seen Carl on this channel before say, of course, Shakeology is more expensive than some lame shake from Walmart. It's superior. But then, of course, Carl and the coaches, they never actually tell us why it's superior. They'll just rattle off some ingredients, don't talk about how those ingredients benefit us and help our health, and then say it's so much better. And that's why it's so expensive. What do you think?
There are so many supplement companies out there that as soon as they have a big number of people who are on auto shipment every month, they change their formulation, they cut their costs way, 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 way down. So basically, they take all the stuff that makes the product amazing to begin with, and they cut it down to just a bare minimum. And then all of a sudden, the customers aren't getting the same results that they were getting before. And I actually had this experience before we had a collagen. I was taking a collagen by another company, and it worked amazing for the pain in my knees. I had really bad, I've got issues with my knees. And it worked amazing for about the first 6 months. And then all of a sudden I realized it wasn't working for me anymore. And I talked to my rep, because this was not a Beachbody product. She said, yep, they changed the formulation, and a lot of the customers are noticing they're not getting the results anymore. You guys, Shakeology.
So you're basing your statement that Beachbody is so different because we always put out new products from your experience with one product at another MLM company, just because that one company changed their formulation and it stopped working for you. That doesn't mean that every single other MLM supplement company or just supplement company in general does the same thing. And just because Beachbody keeps churning out these supplement products, it's not for the benefit of the coaches, it's for the benefit of Carl, for the bottom line of the company, because we know anytime any new product is released in any MLM company anywhere, the coaches, the distributors are strongly encouraged slash pressured to buy these products, because in order to be a successful business owner, you have to be a product of the product.
And most of these products have been out for like a decade, and it's still delivering the same amazing results. Like, we even do our own clinical trials. Energize by itself has been shown to prove your performance by at least 5%. Can you imagine just giving yourself?
So who did this? Who did this study? You say world leading experts, show me their names. What was the sample size? And like, what were the actual conditions around the study? All of those things are really important for us to actually break down scientific studies. And this doesn't mean anything. A clinical trial performed by world leading experts in sports nutrition, great, showed that drinking 2 scoops of Energize 30 minutes before a 30-minute ride made the exercise feel easier. What the heck does that mean? It made it feel easier. Like, and of course, 2 scoops of Energize is 200 milligrams of caffeine. Of course, anyone who has that much caffeine in any kind of delivery method, your workout's going to be a lot easier. Do you know what I mean? And it doesn't even have to be in pre-workout Energize form. It could be in coffee form. It could be in like Diet Coke form. It could be in energy drink form. It doesn't matter. That much caffeine is going to make an exercise feel easier. And drinking Energize 60 minutes before a 15-minute cycling time trial improved performance by about 5%. There's no like cause and effect connection here. Just because someone improved their bike ride by 5%, how do we know for sure it's because of the Energize? Maybe they just ate a healthier meal beforehand. Maybe they slept better the night before. Maybe they had more water. Maybe they had a Gatorade on the way to the gym or right before their workout. There's no connection here. Just because you see what could potentially be an improved performance does not mean it's directly connected to Energize. Energize can help improve exercise performance, reduce perceived effort, boost power output, and help you work out harder. That's what pre-workouts do, Mrs. Beachbody. That's their job. And that's also what like coffee can do too. So I'm not sure what the point of this useless study is.
Yourself a 5% edge on every single workout. Are you going to get better results? Absolutely. Let's talk about Shakeology now. Every vitamin and mineral that you need, it has protein in it. It's not necessarily a protein shake, okay, but it does have protein in it. It has amino acids around the globe, superfoods, 15 different superfoods, probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzymes, over 70 healthy ingredients. If you tried to recreate this shake yourself, it would cost you almost $900 to buy all of the ingredients and then get it in there. Now, Shakeology.
So if you tried to recreate the shake yourself, it would cost $900. Again, that doesn't make any sense. Are you talking about like a whole 30 serving pack of Shakeology or just one drink? I'm not sure what the point is. And do you notice these are all of the different like buzzwords, digestive enzymes? Well, like Miss, what's the definition of that? I don't know because I'm not a medical or healthcare professional. My chances are she probably doesn't know either. Probiotics and prebiotics, again, like why are those beneficial to us? I would take this as more legitimate if there was a doctor or dietitian on here actually saying amino acids do this for your body, prebiotics do this for your body, while probiotics do this. What do you think?
Shakeology itself has over 200 quality control tests to it, every single batch, over 200 tests, because they want to make sure that when you get those digestive enzymes, when you get the probiotics and prebiotics, they're still alive. Because did you know that there is no regulation on the supplement industry out there? So any regulation has to come from within the companies typically. So we have such a gift that Carl and John and all developers over at Beachbody have just such high integrity in order to keep those quality ingredients moving strong. So let me tell you about my friend Angie. She actually signed up in 2008 as well. She was also a fitness instructor, master trainer. She went through IVF and she makes a full-time income for her entire household. Also a 9.
So I'm going to be blurring out this entire screen. We don't need to see Angie's pictures and we don't need to see like picture of her baby. That's private, but this part's interesting.
Star Diamond, she's part of the Million Club also along with me too. Who are coaches? They're just normal people. You do not have to be in the fitness industry, by the way. One of my most successful coaches is my mom. She's 71 years old. And her biggest year with Beachbody, I believe she made about $40,000. My mom, okay? Amazing, right? And she's this.
So you've been in Beachbody for 1,000 years and your most successful coach only made $40,000? That seems a little bit weird to me. Isn't that low?
It pays the bills. It pays the bills. It's amazing that literally anyone can do this. I've had mostly not people who have ever had any experience in sales, by the way. I really should do that. I really should tell you that. You can still go to the gym if you really like the gym. We know that the way that you can become successful is by being a product of the product. Maybe you like a program. Maybe you really love Shakeology. Maybe you really love the business.
That's something I should have talked about earlier when she was telling us to imagine an extra $100 a month. Remember, or a week. Oh my goodness, sorry. Remember that we need to include the cost of running our business to that number. So we may be making $400 in a month, but then we also have to purchase our personal volume requirements, which is if we're an emerald, that would be 50. But then if we're above, I think if we're diamond or above, or we want to be qualified for a success club, then we need to purchase 90 on home direct, right? And so that's automatically going to reduce the amount that you make every single month. And then she just said her most successful coach is her mother. And she made 40K in a year. And we have to take out all of her expenses, her PV, her Success Club coach qualifications, any of the trips she went on, the conference, any new releases, because I feel like the majority of these coaches are not just purchasing their personal volume requirements, they're also purchasing all of the new products and then the VIP early access to all of these programs. What do you think?
Business side of things, which is what really got me fired up and moving about this. Let me talk to you a little bit about what a preferred customer is. Now, maybe you're not quite ready to do the whole coaching thing and you're like, I don't really want to make an income. You don't have to. You can work on your own fitness journey first. You focus on workouts, you focus on your nutrition, you focus on your positive growth, you work with your coach and other people within the team, and you have fun, you get the motivation, the accountability, and the support. Okay. Now, coaches,
I'm pretty sure preferred customers also have to pay the $15 a month coach fee. And that's an interesting thing that she is just leaving out there. She's making it seem like, oh, you're just going to be surrounded by lovely people who just want to see you succeed. But then you're also like giving the company even more revenue.
also do some of the same things. We focus on our fitness, we focus on personal growth. Like, we're going to recommend that you just really dive deep into working on yourself, like how you believe in yourself, how you feel about yourself, and giving yourself that, like, almost like pep talk each and every day. But there is a way to do it through personal development, through podcasting, through reading or listening to audio. So those are some things that coaches do. But
she's making it seem like you get paid for all of these things. Remember, you don't get paid for working out in Beachbody. You get paid for your accountability groups. If it's a paid group and people have to purchase a product to join, then you would get commission off of them. But if they don't continue to purchase or they don't join as a member of your team, that's only going to be a one-time payment. Social media, you don't get paid for your posts in Beachbody. You don't get paid for showing your workout or posing with your Energize, invite, follow up, and tracker. So you do get paid if someone signs up for under. Let me try it again. You get paid if someone signs up as a member of your team, but remember, you don't get compensated for your time. So all the time it takes for you to go through your business activity tracker, write your invites, send your invites, do all the follow up, even if it takes you 8 hours over a week, you don't get paid for that time. And also power hours. You do not get paid for power hours. You only get paid if someone actually converts into a customer or a coach during your power hours. And then it's always assumed that it's so easy to get 3 people a month so you can qualify for a Success Club. And that's often considered the non-negotiable for a lot of coaches. And it's not automatic because it's really hard to sell very expensive MLM products nowadays, especially when more and more people know about how sketchy the MLM industry is. Sorry for my rambling.
Coaches also have the ability to earn an income but just by sharing what you're already doing. So if you're already doing your workouts, share that, invite other people along, and then maybe they'll become a customer for yours. Maybe you can help them along, or maybe they'll even join your team. Here is another really, really, really cool thing that we do as coaches, and not every team does this. Myself and my coach, Christine Dwyer, we're part of a collaboration with very successful Beachbody coaches. And each one of us represents, or we each claim a time slot, 3 different times a day, and we lead everyone through a power hour, what we call a power hour. And this is the sticking point that so many people, they don't know how to launch their coaching business because they just don't know what to do. So 3 times a day, you have a top-notch leader ranked in Beachbody, already knows what they're doing, is going to lead you through a power hour, and you actually do work on those power hours. So if there's nothing else that you do in your business except for join that 1 hour each and every day, your business will move. So let me talk to you.
That's not true. Your business will move forward if you actually get someone to sign up during that power hour. Remember, power hours, you will spend different amounts of time, maybe adding new people to your network, messaging those new people, liking people's posts, commenting on their posts, doing your follow-up. It's pretty much you sit there for an hour, you add people, and you message people with the hope of someone signing up as a customer or a coach. Remember, you do not get paid for your time during that power hour or for your time, say, sitting on the Zoom call with your coach doing this presentation to prospects. You do not get paid or compensated for any of your time unless you get a customer or a coach.
You a little bit about how to get the best bang for your buck. We have these amazing packages that you can get started with. If you bought all of this stuff separately, it's actually going to cost you over $500. So you get
True, but all of that crap is so overpriced. It's outrageous. And so it doesn't really matter that it's worth $500 because Shakeology should not be $130 in the first place. So that's invalid. And $160, they all like to say, everyone has $160. Sure, maybe the majority of people have $160 in the bank account at all times, but a lot of people have that connected to specific expenses. If someone spent $160 on this, they don't have that money for gas, for groceries, for bills, for food, for diapers. And I think that's what a lot of these coaches don't understand.
You get access to Body, you get access to both of our or all of our nutrition programs, you get Beachbody on demand, right? VIP early access to 645. This one's totally optional. You don't have to get 645 if you don't even know what that is. Just get the generic standard Beachbody on demand challenge pack. But this is the hottest program right now. It's based on like functional training. It gives you early access to that. You also get
every new program is the hottest program and is the most game-changing, revolutionary program.
Get a 30-day supply of Shakeology. Now, if you've tried Shakeology, it's not your jam, don't even worry. Maybe you just need to try another flavor, or maybe you want to grab our performance stack, which is the pre and post workout. Okay, you can talk about those details with your coach, but just look at all the list of the things that you get. You also get equipment, you get the containers, you get the portion picks, you get 2B mindset, you get a quick start guide, you get a shaker cup. Holy tamales. And this one has a deal of $160. Shakeology just by itself as a customer is $129. Now you as a coach would save, or even preferred customer would save 25%. So it's only going to be about $100 for you, a little bit. So you can see how this deal of 160 is a tremendous savings. And plus we have this one.
So please note that you only get 30 days of Shakeology, and then you'll see you get 30 days free access to Body. So Beachbody coaches are taught to say that it's only a one-time fee for your business to get started. But then say you like the supplements that you order, you're going to need to get more. Say you like Beachbody On Demand Interactive, you're going to need to add that to your membership because it's not included in your Beachbody On Demand. And if you're the only person in your massive team that does not have Body and everyone else is advertising for it, showing the workouts, they're most likely going to have customers sign up underneath them to get access to Body, and then they could potentially be getting the commission off of that, and you're going to be behind. So this is not just a one-time fee. And please note, in Beachbody, if you join using a challenge pack, your $39 fee is just magically waived. How exciting.
100% money back guarantee as well. So what do you want to do? Do you want to become a coach, or do you want to become a preferred customer, right? So in order to join as a coach, usually that fee is $39.95. However, if you got this package, let me see if I can back up one. Yes, this package includes your coach fee. It also includes your preferred customer fee too, okay? So this includes that, it's waived. Now,
but then you have to pay it next month. You're being deceitful.
If you wanted to join only as a preferred customer and not get that package, it's just $15.95. But I do recommend, of course, if you want to start making changes in your life and your body, highly recommend, let's at least get you started with a product that you're going to be using, or at least a program, Beachbody On Demand, something like that. I always tell my coaches, like, you can't tell people to go see a movie that you've never seen yourself. So you need to be able to experience things in order to be able to share them. So here's some sign-up options that we have available for you today.
I wonder if she's going to tell us about the monthly coach fee. I do not remember, but if she doesn't, that's, oh, look, never mind. She does. She says monthly membership $15.95, and it's the same for your preferred customer. And Beachbody coaches are taught to say that this is our monthly overhead. Isn't that amazing compared to the $50,000 I had in overhead for my they call traditional, I was going to say legitimate business. Unfortunately, this is not overhead. This is you literally paying into a system, into a company that somehow encouraged you to not only work for free, but to pay them to work for free so they can save money on advertising costs. Very interesting.
Number one, you can become a coach. You get 25% discount. You can earn income, 25% commissions. We also have more earning. I'll tell you about even greater earnings, right? Earning potential, because trust me, I didn't get into the multi-million-dollar club by selling products. I did it by building a team of people. And the most successful coaches are the ones who gather up people who want to become preferred customers or coaches and say, let's link arms and let's do this together. Let's figure this out together. You also get coach mentorship.
So she didn't become a millionaire in Beachbody through selling the product. Shocker. The real money is in the recruitment. Wow. And in Beachbody, you don't get like a $50 bonus just for signing someone up, of course. Like that's their big like loophole that they like to say why they're not a pyramid scheme. But you're not going to get significant team cycle bonus. You're not going to get a matching bonus unless you have a massive, massive team underneath you. So, Miss, you're right. Your company is a pyramid scheme.
Training, support tools. We have events. Preferred customer gets the same discounts. You don't have to enter a social security number. You don't get any of the marketing tools like asking you to, coach, any pressure like that. But you also have that same access to your coach, your mentor, the person who invited you to this. You have all that same access. However, you don't have the earning opportunity. Now you can, if you decide later on that you want that, you can upgrade to become a coach, or of course you can get started with a customer. You are always going to get the community support. We don't have any discounts.
So interesting. In a preferred customer, you have the ability to reclassify and you have a reserved position in the genealogy. So you're added into that coach's downline. And remember, anytime your coach signs up in a binary compensation plan, it goes underneath you. And so if you ever decide to become a coach, you're going to have automatic volume underneath you on at least one of your legs. But then remember, if you want to cycle, you have to build up your volume on your weak leg as well.
To offer just for traditional customers. Okay, so if you're like, Holly, show me the money, like teach me a little bit more about how do I actually make this happen. Listen, I can't go into so many details. I'll be very honest with you. Your head will like explode, right? It's already probably exploding with information.
Yes, and why is it so complicated that you can't even explain it because our heads will explode? In my job, I get paid every 2 weeks through direct deposit into my bank account. I feel like if I was a prospect watching this and someone who's been in for 13 years told me she's so complicated, she can't even explain it, I would probably question it and wonder why, and that'd be a huge, huge red flag.
But what I can tell you is this: coaches, when you first get started, you're a coach. Okay, that's if you want to earn an income doing this. You're a coach. You make 25% on all your orders. Okay, any customers that buy from you, you're going to earn 25%. Now, every single time you bring people into the business, either preferred customers or coaches, then you will what we call rank advance. And your first stop of rank advancement is now you're an emerald coach, right? And it just goes up from there. We got ruby, we got diamond, and then from there you get into the star diamonds, like you heard me mention it from a few other people. You still make that 25% commission, but you also unlock what's called team cycle bonus. And this is where residual income starts to come into the mix.
What do you mean? You don't get residual income through product sales? That's a shocker. And please note, you do get a 25% discount, yes, but you are also spending your $15.95 coach fee to get that discount. So then it doesn't actually equal that much because, yeah, I think you do get your Shakeology for like $100, but if you add it up, I think it ends up being like $16 discount. And this coach actually, in one of her videos, showed us the actual discount and it's minimal. It's useless.
Let me show you an example of residual income. Okay. If you only helped 3 people each month, then you don't only make an income off of their initial purchase. But as long as you continue to support and help them, they will continue to renew their Shakeology, their Beachbody On Demand, any products that they're on. And you're going to create a residual income from that. So you can see the first month by helping 3.
Didn't you just tell us that the residual income is not through your commissions, it's through your recruitment? So why are we magically making residual income now? You don't make any sense. You are contradicting yourself just from the last slide. That's like, choose one narrative and stick to it, please. People who have been coaches before, please tell me about your experience with coaches continuing to stay with you or individuals staying with you as a coach or a customer. Did your customers actually keep purchasing the same products month after month? Can you actually rely on one person being a Shakeology purchaser for 4 months? in my brain, I feel like probably not, because it's so expensive and people will fall off when they realize that maybe they don't want to spend $130 a month. Maybe they can't afford it. Maybe they realize that they can find cheaper products for elsewhere that are at the same quality.
3 people, you would earn 132. The second month, 247. The third month, 304. How does that work? Because each month you're only helping 3 people, but then you're just keeping those other people connected and assisting them along. By month 4, you would add, let me just move myself here. Month 4, $431. You would very, very well make back your investment and then some. $1,100 in 4 months. And that is possible.
Why can't you show us the income disclosure statement so we can see how many people actually made that amount of money? And I feel like it's so easy to say, it's just get 3 customers and then they'll stay with you forever. But if we were to look at that statement, we would see that the vast majority of coaches aren't even able to do that much and aren't even able to continue to have customers every single month.
100% is possible. I'm sitting here to tell you that not only me, but literally hundreds, if not thousands of other people have done it within their first couple months. So what else can you expect? Because you want to know, like, what kind of help and support do you have with when you come on board with Platinum Presenters? We have a coach orientation training, so you don't have to figure it out on your own. Right there in your coach online office, we also have tools, trainings. None of this stuff existed when I became a coach, by the way. We had to make things up as we went. We have an entire university that will teach you everything from how do I post on social media to how do I understand the compensation plan thoroughly, so I know how to create $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month, right? Social media training. We have annual events. We actually have quarterly events. So much fun, and plus a big part of our community.
Crap. I want to go back to that list so we can see all this stuff. So new coach training, virtual gym, university, Facebook group, team calls. That is so much that you have to keep track of. And we hear stories on YouTube about people who were in like 6 different massive group chats, and it was so overwhelming for them to actually keep track of everything. And in my opinion, MLMs just inundate their poor distributors with all this training. So they're just so busy and they have no downtime and no time to just sit and critically analyze the information that they have available to them. Because if Beachbody coaches had time to analyze the info, they might realize that they feel uncomfortable with the content of the training. They might realize that participating in these action hours or like make them feel icky, give them a bad feeling in their gut, and maybe it like oversteps their ethical, moral boundaries. That's why, in my opinion, there's so much training. And I've seen videos on YouTube where there's like 4 or 5 trainings for specific teams every single week. My question is, where is the time freedom? And also, all of these trainings are unpaid. So these coaches are volunteering their time with no actual guarantee of pay later.
Right? Social media training, we have annual events, we actually have quarterly events, so much fun, and plus a big part of our community. Some of the perks of coaching: friendship, community, vacations. I'm actually going to Punta Cana, thanks to Beachbody, on our reward.
If you make so much money, just go to Punta Cana yourself with your family, and you don't have to earn these, which makes them not free. They're not free if you have to qualify for Success Club, if you have to reach a certain rank, because in Beachbody, you have to buy your PV. You don't have to buy, you may be buying your personal volume requirements, and you do have to qualify for Success Club and have 90 PV on Home Direct. So if you're earning a trip, it is not free.
Trip next April, which is so awesome and exciting. You get to transform yourself. You get to help other people around you get transformed too. It truly
you're transforming yourself. You can do that in day-to-day life. You can go to therapy, you can go to support groups, you can talk to your friends and family when you're struggling, and you can transform yourself without an MLM. You can do personal growth without an MLM, again, through therapy. You can do personal development yourself and find books that really speak to you and your goals and what you want to accomplish as a person. Dreaming big is now your job. No, miss, we do not get paid for dreaming big. You do not pay me. Beachbody does not pay me for sitting there thinking about my future. That's a very, very misleading statement, in my opinion. Options and flexibility. No, that's not true. That's not true. Unless you're her at the top of the pyramid, you're not going to have flexibility. You're not going to have time freedom. And there are other ways that you can work from home and have options and flexibility. You can start your own Etsy shop. You can run a business like maybe you are like a house cleaner. You can run a babysitting business where you pick your own hours. You can like run an accounting business from home. You can be like a freelance writer. You can write grants. You can edit. You can do research for people freelance. There's lots of things you can do from home that actually give you real flexibility.
Truly is such, it's a huge opportunity. And you heard me, I mean, if you saw me kind of teary-eyed in the beginning, like looking at what my life was then, always stressed. I didn't even mention I was working 60 to 70 hours a week, and some weeks 30 of those hours were completely physical. And I'm not even joking you. I was on an average week, I was teaching about 10 classes a week, exercising, hardcore exercising 10 hours a week. That's a lot on your body. And then I also, because I had to make ends meet, I did fitness certifications on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. And some of those days were 10 hours each day, hardcore physical fitness certifications. So some weeks I was exercising 30 hours. I was completely mentally, emotionally, physically exhausted. And then Beachbody. And then this came into my life. And it's made a huge, huge difference. So listen.
Of course it did, because you got in at a time when less people knew about it. You've been in for 13 freaking years, and there were less people in the system. And the woman who's your coach is literally at the top of the whole ass freaking pyramid and has over half of all coaches in her downline. And so if she's your direct recruit, then you got in early. And of course it made a difference. And of course, there's always this horrible rags to riches story about how you're just so overworked and you have no time to do anything and you're so stressed and sad. And then Beachbody came in and just magically fixed your life. Unfortunately, the sad part, this kind of rhetoric is going to work on a lot of people, and it is going to draw people into this system. And it doesn't matter what they do. If they can't recruit, they're not going to succeed and they're not going to make any money.
I have a very important question for you. Is what you're doing right now going to get you where you want to go?
Yes, because right now I make a reasonable salary where I can plan for retirement, I can plan for my future, I can pay my bills and pay for food and go out and do fun things with my friends and my husband. So yes.
Is it? Like
yes.
Right now?
Yes.
What you're doing right now?
Yes.
Going to get you where you want to go?
Yes.
And if the answer is no, then you got to do something different. And I knew in 2008, like I knew I had to do something different. I felt like I was on a never-ending hamster wheel. You might be feeling like that about your health or your fitness right now. Or maybe you're just like, you know what? They look like fun. Let's jump in that party. And I guarantee.
So that's all I wanted to talk about today. I thought it was a pretty interesting overview of what Beachbody is as a company, their history, their products, their services, and how to become a coach and what being a coach actually means. I think all of us at some point or other in our lives would have been really good victims for an MLM. I know for me, right after grad school, I really struggled to find a job and I worked minimum wage for a year. And it was really tough to pay all my bills and just like keep going to my minimum wage job while my minimum wage job that didn't have anything to do with what I studied and nothing to do with what I was hoping my career would become, while also trying to find a job and just getting rejection after rejection. During that time, I would have been the perfect victim. And thankfully, no one approached me during that time because who knows, I might have said yes because I was a lot younger then. I had less life experience and I did not know about the anti-MLM movement on YouTube. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for sticking around for my extra long video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.